Off the back of my last tutorial, which was using the background eraser tool, you can find that on my IGTV channel or my YouTube channel, depending where you're watching this. I wanted to quickly go over layer masks and how I use them to cut out things in Photoshop. I've mentioned it before, but I'll just kind of go over it again. The reason I use layer masks to cut things out rather than just using an eraser tool, for example, is that I like to work non-destructively. Layer masks hide and reveal elements of an image rather than actually deleting it. So, without further ado, I will crack on. So with the layer that you want to mask selected, that's layer 1 down here, you go down to the bottom right hand corner and select the square with a circle cut out of it. That's the layer mask tool. And once you've selected it, you see you get the white box come up and it's attached to the layer. And then it's a simple case of hiding and revealing parts of the image. So white means that everything is revealed, and as you can see all of the layer here still currently. I'm struggling with my words. And I want to obviously cut out this background and just leave me. So what I need to do is I need to paint some black on it to start hiding. So I make sure I've got black selected, which I do, the brush tool selected. And then the hardness of the brush will depend on the kind of area of the image that you're cutting out. I tend to work around kind of a 75%-ish hardness for most of my cutouts, but like I said, I sometimes need to kind of go softer or harder depending on what I'm doing. So to begin with, to get rid of kind of big bits, I make my brush quite big using the square bracket keys. You can use the size toggle in the brush toolbar, but I prefer the keyboard shortcuts. And then I'm just clicking to actually get rid of the kind of easy bits, just to make it a bit quicker. And you can see that is hiding away quite a lot of the image. And then if you look down on your mask, you can see where you've painted the black in. Now if you slip and you get rid of something that you didn't want to get rid of, all you need to do is come over here, make sure white is selected as your foreground colour by clicking on that little arrow, and then painting white on will bring it back again. So you can see it's non-destructive, it's just hidden it or revealed it, depending on which colour you have selected. And then when I'm doing my cutouts, I literally just zoom in and work my way around. Some bits need to be zoomed in closer than other bits, the more complicated bits, and some bits are quite straightforward. Just keep working your way around, cutting out the bits that you don't want to see. And then I'll zoom out again and you can see that's a fairly neat cutout of my nose. And then I'm going to go really close in around my lips because it's a bit more complicated and I need to make my brush quite small. I always try and use as big a brush as possible when I'm doing my cutouts because I find it leaves a smoother line, but sometimes there is no option other than going for a really small, almost pixel by pixel brush. I'm constantly zooming in and out because it can be quite hard when you're doing a cutout to actually keep track of if you're going in close enough or too close or whatever to the line that you're cutting out. So zooming in and out tends to help me see the bigger picture, and in this instance I don't think I've gone quite close enough to the lip, so I'm just going to bring that in a little bit more because I think that'll make it a neater cut out. And then just keep working your way around, and once you've done the complicated bits, you can just increase the brush size for about the easy bits again. And there we have it. I'm not going to do the whole image because that's not the point of this tutorial. It's really just to show you how the layer mask works. It's a really, really useful tool to have in your arsenal when you're doing Photoshop edits. I use it on every single edit I do. because it's just so handy. So yes, so always just remember white means reveal, so it will reveal the part of the layer that, or the elements of the layer that you want to see, and black is hide, so it hides the bits of the layer that you don't want to see. And you can always undo any slips by just changing it back to white again and painting over. In a nutshell, that's it. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or would like to see anything else, let me know. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.